What's on, everybody, and welcome back to another TR7 tutorial. Today we're taking it back to the basics on the mini ramp. We're going to learn a frontside 5-0 along the coping and back in. So first things first, what a frontside 5-0 is. You're going to be coming up frontside, which means front facing onto the coping. You're going to be grinding on that back truck, which is half of a 50-50, a 5-0. And you're going to grind along and then come back into the ramp, just like my lovely assistant Harry is demonstrating right here. Tricks you'll need to know to do this trick. Really, all you need to start doing it is to be able to frontside kick turn, but it's also going to help if you can stand in 5-0, whether it's on top in a stool or on a ledge. Just being able to hold that 5-0 tight is going to help really perfect this one. The approach for this one, really you're just going to be doing exactly what you would be doing for a frontside kick turn, because first of all, we're going to learn the easier side of the frontside 5-0, which is the frontside slash. If you've never done one before, but you've got a good frontside kick turn on you, so you can throw it right the way around, the slash is going to be really easy, because it's just about building it up so that you get that wheel just on the coping. It's not going to be any different to a frontside kick turn, apart from the fact that it's going to make this little ching noise as it goes along the coping.
Little ching noise.
So little noise.
Little ching noise. You forgot the ching.
That is really going to be the only difference. When you come back in, it's going to feel the same as that frontside kick turn. It's scary, the thought of this wheel going over that coping, but as long as you're nice and controlled and get it just at the right level on top, it will feel the same as a frontside kick turn. All you got to do is throw those shoulders around and go with the motion of the ocean. The approach is the same for both the slash and the 5-0 on top, but a slash is where you're more inside the ramp, keeping it in the whole time and staying right in, whereas when you get properly on top of the coping, like a 5-0, you're going to be locking up on top like this, and then coming back in. Little bit of difference. Good to learn the slash first and then get yourself on top. When you're doing a front slash, your weight is completely in the ramp. You're leant right back, ready to come straight back in. Whereas when you go on to this front 5-0, you got to get your weight on top of the ramp. So your weight is right up top. You're still leaning in a little bit, but nowhere near as much as when you're doing that front slash. To get yourself on top of the coping rather than slashing on the inside, you're going to have to give yourself a little bit more of a pump, have a bit more speed, so that instead of just catching the coping, you actually force your way up on top of it. So this is your front 5-0 position. As you can see, to keep it going along, I'm going to have to bring my shoulders round so they're pretty much in line with the deck. My deck tends to point in a little bit when I'm 5-0ing, because that means you're fully in control, shoulders in line with the deck, you can see you're landing nice and easy, and it means you're ready to just lean back in off that heel and bring it into the ramp when you're ready to. The key though is getting this lock in with your shoulders locked this way, and then you also want your wheel to be locked on that coping on the far side there, because your heel is controlling it, and if you're pushing across with that heel, it's going to keep that wheel locked on, and you're just going to grind really nice along the coping, and then it's just coming in. Now you want to try and be leaning into the ramp just a little bit. Obviously your weight's mainly going to be on top, but that weight needs to be in just enough so that when you come out of the grind, you're going to lean into that heel and start bringing it straight into the ramp. Now if your weight's already slightly in, that means you can just lean more on that heel and the board's going to come straight in. That wheel will just roll over that coping like a dream. It is going to be a little bit scary, this bit, but honestly, as long as you lean right back and then push it into the ramp with your weight, it's just going to roll straight over. The only thing that might happen if you don't do that is if you're too far on your toes on this bit, it can tend to pull that wheel up onto the top and then you're going to hang up. And we don't want that. We want that nice clean 5-0, weight on the heels and coming in. Now if you've learnt this one and you want to get it a lot longer, the only thing you're going to have to do is come up with more angle and more speed, and then it's just going to keep grinding. You won't even know when to stop. And then last but not least, you might find at the start of this one, you might come along to the end of your grind and then sort of pause there for a minute before you come in. This is going to be a little bit easier for the brain to work out because you're stopped when you're coming in. But if you want to get them really good and with a good speed on the way out so you can connect it into another trick, you're going to have to keep it moving as soon as you come in. So you just grind it along, just come straight in with your weight. It's going to keep it nice and fast. All right everybody, thanks for tuning in to this TR7 tutorial. I hope I helped you to learn these front 5-0s. If I did, we'd love to hear feedback. Put it in the comments. If you think we have a better way of doing it, put that in the comments too. We love just to hear feedback. All right, don't forget to click subscribe and the little bell. And oh, Fez, you'll always be the first to see our videos. Have a good one. See you later.
Shit.